Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi says he's very concerned about the alarming number of pregnant students in the province. It's been reported that more than 4,000 pupils have become pregnant in the past year alone. He's joining us now in the studio just to talk more about this and also to share with us what he thinks the solutions to the problem can be. MEC, good morning. Thank you very much for coming in.
Good morning, brother. Thank you so much.
Yes. In your speech the other day when you were presenting your budget speech to MEC regarding education, I mean, you got the biggest chunk of the budget.
Yes.
I think about 40-odd billion rand, which is fantastic. Well done. David Makura has been very kind.
He's committed to education.
But you said, and I'm going to read this, and I'm hoping I'm reading the right speech. You said, I am gutted that 4,446 girls fell pregnant in Gauteng alone last year. I mean, that's a very strong sense of feeling about the problem.
It's discouraging, Braden, because, as you said, we've got 40 billion to invest on these children, for them to be better, for them to compete with other children in part of the world. And to have this kind of feedback, it demoralizes you, it affects your emotions.
But it doesn't make you to give up.
No, it doesn't, definitely. But the problem is that our mission within the education space is to take these children out of poverty. And if we have 4,400 already, it means that we are recycling poverty rather than defeating it. It means parents who, in most instances, look forward to these children to graduate so that they can take them out of poverty and create problems. So it's disgusting, unacceptable, but we have to confront it. And that's what we are doing now.
Okay. Now, one of the issues each time we talk about teenage pregnancy in this country, some people talk about it's a societal problem. It's a culture problem, it's parents. And in your speech, you believe that sex education at schools could be one of the solutions. But the equation of sex education in schools surely should include parents.
Definitely. But then, how to explain a learner in grade 5 that is pregnant? I mean, that learner is around age 10, 11. And how to explain 1,200 learners at grade 11 being pregnant? I mean, they're at the doorstep of a brighter future, and 1,200 of them they're pregnant. So we felt as a department, let's not say these are statistics. Let's treat them as human beings. So we've pulled our social workers. So they're analyzing each and every child to determine how did they fall pregnant, who's responsible, what's the family background. So the consolidation of this report will then influence us to say, you are not doing good here, you are doing good here, change here, so that you can be in a position to do.
Do you think all the campaigns we've had in the country over the years, I mean broadly, not just in education, but broadly, for instance, around about safe sex, use of condoms and all that thing. Do you think that message is not getting through to that age group?
It is. I mean, if you take that, we've got the 2.3 million learner population in Gauteng, and then only 4,400 learners are pregnant. It means that at least the message is reaching home there and there. But 4,000 is too much. It's really too much.
How do you, as an education authority, bring in the parents into this equation?
It's very important. I think that's a very important element, because majority of parents, they've donated their responsibilities to the department. No one wants to speak to their children to say, as long as they're in the schooling environment, teachers will see to finish. And you know, teachers are just trained to teach. They're not midwives. They're not people that need to speak about these issues. But we have no choice to retrain our educators, but also accelerate the involvement of parents. That is why the profile of these 4,400 learners, that report will indicate where we are missing the point and who needs to be targeted.
Then out of that, you're going to come up with practical
actions and solutions that will assist.
Part of your budget speech was not only about the sad state of these children in terms of pregnancy. You also spoke about development of infrastructure. You've been very, very driven and doing it yourself directly. For instance, in modernizing township schools, making them high-tech where you can. But you face the problems of criminals who are taking advantage of that as well. How are you going to resolve that?
Brother, to be quite frank, that is least of my problem. I really believe that we live in a country where crime is part of our lives. I mean, every time, when you go back to your home, the first thing you look, if your television set is still there, you don't say, I'll suspend watching television because people are still in there. What we need to understand, brother, is that there is what we call the fourth industrial revolution, the world of drones, the world of driverless cars, the world of robots.
Paperless world.
Yeah, the world of coding. We must ensure that our education system transit to that world.
So part of your 40 billion will be used for that?
For that purpose, so that our children must be part of the... I don't want our children to be excited to wash that driverless car. They must be excited that they can fix it if it's broken. They can build that driverless car. They can be part of the generation that will drive drones, because we're going to that world of drones. But we must also change the mindset. You can't have an education system where 80% of our children wants to go to universities. Only 20% want to go to technicals. If you take successful countries like Germany, South Korea, it's the other way around. You have only 20% going to universities, 80%. So that is why we're introducing what we call schools of specialization. For example, we've just about to sign a very huge agreement with NEXA that specializes in nuclear. So that our schools around Atteridgeville, those children must know nuclear, medicine, while they're still inside the classroom.
So that fourth industrial revolution education plan is firmly in your sight, and you'll continue with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Gauteng Education, MEC Panyaza Lesufi.